everyone, and welcome back to more Saya no Uta. It's been a while, and unfortunately all of my save data got deleted for some unknown reason. I don't know why, but I just had to sit here for like 10 or so minutes just skipping through all of the introductory stuff that we'd already done. It was a bit irritating, but you know, I did it for you guys because I'm just that awesome. But anyway, let's get on with the story. So from where we left off, I can't remember any of the people's names. I think it's Fuminori. He got followed by his friend to a house that belonged to Dr. Ogai, who is supposedly the person who is Saya's father. So I wonder what he was doing there. Oh yes, and also the friend's girlfriend got eaten by Saya and then cannibalized by Fuminori, so that was something pretty special right there. Anyway, what a nuisance. Why does he insist on interfering? If he only spoke with me to exchange pleasantries, even I could bear it, but for him to stick his neck into my business just to satisfy his curiosity? He is clearly violating my privacy. Koji is a perfect example of someone who thinks it is always good to take an interest in other people's affairs. He probably thinks that he's showing concern for me by prying into my social life. Or in my personal life, even. He couldn't be more annoying. If he keeps interfering, I might have to find some way to deal with him. Like Saya said, I have to keep my search for Professor Ogai as secret as possible. Koji could ruin everything. Saya said that there would be nothing to help with the search, but I unexpectedly found many things of value in the Professor's house. I didn't have time to fully examine the house today. At this rate, it will probably take several days to go through the study alone. I'll have to go to and from the house a lot, but now Koji knows where it is, will he keep making things difficult? Excuse me, Sakisaka-san. A hair-raising voice calls as I'm about to enter my gate. Suppressing a shudder, I put on a fake smile and turn to face the writhing mass of rotting flesh that is staring at me with bulging eyes. Good evening, Sakisaka-san. Are you just getting home? Yes, I am. Ah, yes. This is my next-door neighbour Suzumi, a middle-aged painter, I think, who spends all day at home while his wife works. I haven't had much interaction with him, so why is he suddenly talking to me today? Have you gotten used to living alone? That's a pretty bold thing to bring up. I'm fairly sure he probably wouldn't want to talk about the death of his parents, but, you know, I guess they care at least. Yes, thanks for your help. I know it must be very difficult, but you're still young. You have to work hard to move on with your life. Well, that's a bit rich. I don't think it's quite that simple, but... Yes. What is this? Did he stop me just to deliver a lecture? With such a big house, it must be hard to take care of everything by yourself. Yes, I suppose I'm having trouble. Why not at least hire a caretaker? Didn't your father have one? Yeah, you weren't really thinking with that comment, were you, bud? Yes, but I'm still a student, and my funds are limited. Such an expense would be... I see. The flesh beast undulates foully, as though it still has something to say. Just looking at it is driving me close to the edge. I hate people like this. It's like, it's my yard. If I want it to look like a wreck, it's my business, really. I mean, not that I want everybody to judge me that way, but it's like, it's my property. Back off. Even so, don't you think you should at least tend to your yard? I'd be happy to help. No, thank you. I'll manage on my own. Now I get it. He's worried that the unsightliness of my house might ruin the beauty of his own. Damned snob. Flashing a token smile, I retreat into the safety of my gate. I can feel Suzumi's eyes boring into my back all the way to the front door. Why won't everyone stay out of my life? I want to find a place free of other people. A place where I can live together with Saya. Okay, so is this the Suzumi chap? Suzumi Yosuke sighs in annoyance as he watches the neighbour boy retreat into his house. What's with his attitude? Even while talking, he kept his eyes averted, as though he was looking at something filthy. Has the eldest son of the Sakisaka family always been such an unpleasant young man? No, of course not. When his parents were still alive, he had been a normal youth. Slightly introverted, yet sensitive. The unfamiliarity of living alone must be placing stress upon him. If this continues, he might develop mental problems. Or is it too late already? Yosuke wonders as he wearily gazes over the Sakisaka yard. I mean, it's pretty safe to say that he already has some mental issues. I mean, at the very least, he's not looking people in the eye, which is like a sign. Oh, that little girl was cute. Even during dinner, Yosuke can't shake the neighbouring house from his mind. What's wrong, honey? You look like something's bothering you. Yeah, I saw the young man from next door today. Oh, she's so adorable. I want to take her home. Next door? You mean Fuminori, Oni-chan? Yeah, I spoke to him about that yard. I know. I wish you'd at least do something about that smell. The stink coming from the Sakisaka house grows worse each day, and the Suzumi family is at its wit's end. Could there be a dead cat or something in those bushes? Surely he must have noticed the smell coming from his own yard. He couldn't be leaving raw garbage out there, could he? No, surely not. No, I wouldn't put it past him now. Who knows what he's doing in there all day with the storm shutters closed? What kind of life is he leading? Did Oni-chan go crazy? Now, Hiromi, you mustn't say things like that. Honestly, with the way things are going, I'm starting to wonder if he's developed paranoia or something. Will he be alright? Unless he admits it and gets himself to a doctor soon. Who knows? The seconds crawl by, each tick of the clock compounding my agony. When I returned from the Ogai house, I was greeted by a silent, empty home. Saya had vanished without leaving any clue as to her whereabouts. Jeez, he is very needy. It isn't rare for her to go for walks at night. I've often gone with her. However, such outings always take place in the middle of the night when no one is around, and never last for more than 2 hours. Right now it's 5 in the morning. Soon the sky will begin to show the first light of dawn. Even if she left right before I returned, she's still been gone for almost half a day. I can only imagine what it must be like to see wherever she is just strolling around the streets. Because I'm not being funny, but even in the middle of the night, there's still people out and about, because people work during the night, and police officers patrol during the night. I don't know. I don't know how she gets away with it. Unable to sleep, I can only wait in anguish. I tried to distract myself by painting more of the other rooms, but I couldn't concentrate on the work. If I had known this would happen, I would have left the Ogai house sooner. I wish I hadn't wasted time on Koji. If Saya doesn't return, the thought fills me with such panic that I want to tear my hair out. After its long absence, the terror of true loneliness is slowly crushing me. I mean, he's definitely got, like, something wrong aside from the, the thing with his surroundings. I don't know. At last, the cowbell chimes and Saya's long-awaited "I'm home" rings out from the bottom of the stairs. As I jump out of my bed in relief, all of the mental stress that has built up through the night is released in a wave that threatens to sweep me off my feet. So tired, Saya says as she climbs the stairs. I knew going all the way back there would be hard. Oh, going all the way there and back would be hard.
Saya, 一体どこに?
Saya, where have you? My question trails off as I notice the thick bundles of paper that she's carrying under her arms. Oh, she's got more of the suspicious fruit, I guess.
それは?
What are those?
文則のカルテ
Oh,
と
okay.
か手術の記録。今日は古巣の病院に行ってきたの。
Your medical charts and surgery records. I went back to the hospital today. Saya all but drops her bundles on the floor, sending paper flying everywhere. Pulling her favourite cushion over, she collapses into it and stretches luxuriously.
こんな夜中に T 大から歩いて戻ってきたのか?
You walked all the way back from T University in the middle of the night?
ごめんね。本当はもっと早く帰れると思ってたんだけど、調べ出したらキリがなくて。
Sorry, she says skillfully, gathering the scattered papers together one by one. I meant to come back sooner, but there were so many files to go through.
結局全部持ち出してきちゃった。ああ、重かった。
So I just decided to bring everything. It was so heavy. Maybe I'm just tired, but I'm not understanding a word Saya's saying.
だから、そんなもの持ってきてどうするつもりなんだ?
Wait, what are you planning to do with all of this?
どうするって、もちろん調べるのよ。うちで時間かけてじっくり。
What do you mean? I'm going to study them, of course, she replies, holding one MRI photograph after another up to the light. I'll have plenty of time to go over them here.
あら、何やってんだか。あ、これは要チェックかな。あとは、そうなんだ。なんだかな。
Okay, how long is she going to make noises like this? I want to read the next bit, Saya. Calm your tits. At first, I think she's just playing around, but the occasional mutters of, better check this one, oh, I see, and the like, as she separates photos into the growing pile next to her, makes me think this might not be a joke after all.
君、わかるのか? こういうの。
Can you understand this stuff?
パパにいろいろと教わったから。なるほどね。そういうこと。
I learned a lot from Dad. I see. So that's how it is.
これじゃいつまで経っても直せないよね。
No wonder it can't be fixed.
直せないのか?
It can't be fixed?
人間のお医者さんじゃね。
By a human doctor, that is. I can't tell if she's being serious or not.
私でもまだちょっと難しいかな。いろいろと試してからでないと。
Even for me, it'll probably be a little tough, she says offhandedly, even as her hands continue to shuffle papers. I'll have to try some things first. Is she planning on fixing his, the thing he's having where he can't see the regular world? But then he'd see what she really is and then she'd be alone again, so I don't know about that. Watching more carefully, I realised that her eyes are scanning each page rapidly. So fast, in fact, that I was unable to notice it at first. Is it possible that Saya, a young girl, is actually reading my charts?
なあさや
Hey, Saya. Yeah? She answers coolly, looking up from the charts.
今日はもう疲れたし寝ないか
I'm tired. Let's go to bed.
ふみのりがそうしたいならそうする。
Sure, Saya replies with a grin. If that's what you want. Tossing aside the papers she was sorting, she immediately starts to remove my clothes.
おい
Hey!
寝る前に一回だけ。ね、いいでしょ？
Come on, just once before bed, okay? Okay guys, so I'm going to give you a slightly earlier headphone warning this time, but I think this bit may require a headphone warning. I'm not sure, as I've probably mentioned before, this is a blind playthrough. Contrary to her appearance, Saya's appetite for sex would put any adult to shame. You could even say it's a little unnatural. She's not just passionate, she also has unlimited stamina, making me wonder where her slender body gets all the energy from. Never satisfied with letting me feast on her to my heart's content, she always uses me to pleasure herself until I'm forced to tap out.
まあさやこう毎日続けてじゃ体に毒じゃないのか
Hey, Saya, don't you think it's unhealthy to be doing this every day?
え、ふみのり、どこか具合が悪いの？
Are you sick, Fuminori?
いや僕は別にちゃんと大人の体になってるし平気なんだけどでもさやはまだ
No, not me. My body is all grown up, so I'm fine, but you're still...
平気だよ。
Don't worry. She laughs playfully as she pushes me onto the bed, the familiar sweet sensation of her weight and skin rendering me helpless.
平気なわけないだろ今まで否認もしてないってのに
I can't help but think that that is her intention. Like, maybe she wants to breed, I don't know. I am worried. We haven't even used any contraception. For some unfathomable reason, Saya is completely uninterested in such precautions. She doesn't just not use protection, she even insists that I ejaculate inside of her. Surely she must know the risks, which can only mean that she wants to get pregnant.
ふみのりはさ、さやに子供を産ませるの嫌？
Fuminori, she begins, staring straight into my eyes. You don't want me to have your children? I don't think that Fuminori is in a mentally stable enough condition to have any children, to be fair. How can I respond to that?
いやも何もさやみたいに小さい体じゃ無理だって母体の負担ってのは大変なんだぞ
It's not that. Your body is too small. Pregnancy is a serious burden, you know. Plus, there's always the chance that they could come out very human, and then Fuminori wouldn't want anything to do with them, because they'd be like slime babies.
ふみのりが心配してることって割と的外れなんだけど。
I don't think you have to worry about that. Saya seems unsure how to reply, but not because she doesn't understand what I just said. Rather, the bemused look on her face makes it seem as though I'm the one not getting it. Yeah, maybe in reality she's actually like huge, so it wouldn't actually make any difference.
でもそれってふみのりがさやのことを大事に思ってくれてるからなんだよね。それはそれで嬉しい。
But I know that you're just thinking of me, she says suddenly, her smile glowing with innocence. So I'm still happy. By the time I break the spell of her angelic smile, Saya has undone my belt and is removing my pants.
なおいだからさや
Come on, Saya.
大丈夫。じゃあ今夜はふみのりが心配しないような方法でしてあげる。
Relax, she says teasingly as she bares my crotch and wraps her slender white fingers around my penis and testicles. Tonight, I'll do it so you don't have to worry. Oh yeah, lovely. Fantastic. The feeling of her willowy, unblemished fingers embracing me is enough to fill me with twisted ecstasy and draw out my male instinct. Seeing my response, Saya brings her face to my groin and lovingly wraps her lips around the head of my penis. My hips jerk involuntarily at the unexpected intense shock of her sucking hard on such a sensitive area. Did that hurt? She asks, looking timidly up at me as she soothingly strokes my shaft. No, I'm fine. I'm actually quite proud of myself that I'm actually managing to read all this with a very straight face and without laughing. Just where did Saya learn how to pleasure a man so well? I can't believe the precision and skill of her ministrations. Her sinuous fingers are like snakes coiled around my manhood, their sensual undulations drawing desire forth from my loins. Oh, okay. Great. As if all 10 of her fingers weren't enough to drown me in pleasure, next she adds her lips and tongue. I don't think you need me to make those sounds. Okay guys, so for those of you who didn't heed my headphone warnings, then that's what you get really. The mind-blowing pleasure from this new stimulation instantly threatens to push me over the edge. A damp heat different from that of her womb presses down on me from all directions. Looking down, I see my lust filling her tiny mouth, stretching the graceful lines of her cheeks and jaw so far that I fear she might break. The sight makes me worry that she's pushing herself too far, but her tongue continues to mercilessly devour me like a kitten, desperately sucking on her mother's teat. As I watch, I begin to feel like I'm violating Saya's innocent, unsullied face. The feeling of breaking a taboo further increases my perverted ecstasy. In every man lurks the dark desire to spoil that which is beautiful. Saya's bewitching body, able to drive me mad every night, is perfectly designed to draw out such savage lusts. Hey, Saya. I can't hold it anymore. I'll come any second now. But where? When the moment comes, what will I do with this thing in Saya's mouth? Hey, wait, I'm going to... I try to pull out, but Saya doesn't let me. She grabs my thighs and doubles the intensity of her sucking, as if she's trying to pull me even deeper into her throat. Even though I'm worried about her, my body is already at its limit. As irresistible waves of pleasure sweep away my willpower, I unleash my pent-up seed deep into Saya's throat. What have I done? I feel like I'm about to panic. Regardless of the situation, I shouldn't have ejaculated into her mouth. Even if Saya doesn't mind, what if she chokes on it? If she suffocates? I'm pretty sure no man ever thinks these things. Saya, however, pays no attention to my distress. Still clinging to my waist like a predator unwilling to relinquish its prey, she starts swallowing effortlessly like someone dying of hunger. What is she swallowing? The answer is obvious, of course, every last drop of the passion that I just disgorged. This is the first time I've ever had a girl do this to me. To be honest, I'm speechless with shock. I've always been prejudiced against fellatio, thinking it to be something that perverted sadistic men force women to do, but Saya... That was good, Fuminori. She looks up at me, answering my confusion by smiling like she just pulled the greatest prank of her life. Her small tongue darts out from her lips to lick away the last milky remnants around her mouth. That tongue was just licking my... The thought sends a worrying jolt of pleasure to my brain. See? You don't have to worry if I do it like this. Ah, well... That's hardly the problem, but I have no idea how to respond.
ねえダメだ
Well,
った
that's cheap. They're using the same shot from last
強く
time.
ない
Hey, was it bad? Didn't it feel good? Hearing the sudden nervousness in Saya's voice, I hastily stammer.
そんなことない。十分に良かった。
Of course it felt good. In fact, it felt so good that I thought I'd go crazy, but I can't say that.
でもさや、何もあんなもの飲み込まなくたって。
But Saya, you don't have to swallow it.
そんなあれはさやにちょうだいよ
Eh? But I want it. Maybe she can reproduce by swallowing semen as well. Suddenly distraught, Saya clings to me like a child who's just had her candy stolen from her.
海のりの一滴だって残さずに欲しいさやの中に出して欲しいの
I want every last drop of it. I want it inside of me.
中にって。
Inside? So Saya really does want to bear my child? I'm not adverse to the idea. I still think it might be too early, of course, but there isn't much point in worrying about my reputation now. Assuming that Saya and I will be left alone, I even welcome it. However, that only explains her appetite for normal sex. I still don't know why she wants to swallow during fellatio. Well, I suppose that's what's impure or taboo differs from person to person, and I can't simply apply normal values to Saya.
海のりは嫌
You don't like it? She gazes up at me pleadingly. How can I resist?
嫌なんかじゃないさ。さやさえそれでいいのなら、僕だって。
I do like it. As long as you're okay with it, so am I. Saya smiles with relief and burrows contentedly into my chest.
海のり大好き
Oh, that was adorable. If it wasn't for the picture, that would have been super crazy cute. I love you, Fuminori, she purrs softly. With her body draped over mine, I become even more aware of how light and delicate she is. Can this tiny girl and I really live as husband and wife? After the question runs through my head, I feel a pang of self-loathing. How can I still be afraid after all that's happened? Saya's feelings are so earnest. How can I not accept them? I need to resolve once and for all to rid myself of the useless trappings of morality. Saya and I are all that matters. There's no point in worrying about what others think anymore. Although, I suppose I'll still need to talk to Saya's guardian, of course. I seriously need to find Professor Ogai as soon as possible. By the time I drift to sleep in exhaustion's comforting embrace, all doubts about Saya's actions have vanished from my mind. Whatever the case, all that matters is that she's returned to me. Well, I'm sorry for more H scenes, guys, but I guess that's what comes with the territory. It's pretty common in a lot of visual novels, especially ones that aren't, released on Steam, because Steam usually takes out all of that. Of course, you can patch it in if that's your thing, but I'm one of those people who doesn't do that. But anyway, I'm going to end this video here. If you guys enjoyed, then don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more. And until next time, guys, goodbye!